Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Puck Witches, a vibes-based podcast where we F about all things hockey. Today is November 28th, 2025. I'm your host, Champ, and this is my partner in crime, Saint. Saint, how are you doing?
I'm in a food coma.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Canadians, I think we wished you would.
We did,
I
yeah.
think we did.
As always, we have a lot to discuss this episode, so let's jump right into it. Saint, we got to talk about it.
We do got to talk about it. There's a lot to talk about this episode.
There's a lot to talk about
A lot of random topics.
So Saint, you and I have been at each other's throats all week.
In a way that, like...
It's not normal for us.
No, because the end of the day is that we did this whole chart, guys. The very first episode, we went over our beloved hockey tier list.
Mm-hmm. Which will be a 10-minute misconduct. It's coming.
Which is, yeah. Beginning of the season, every year now, we make a tier list. And the Penguins are, of course, my team.
Right.
But the Oilers are my number 2. They're
Correct.
my West Coast team. The first hockey, NHL game that I attended. I love them dearly.
Yeah.
Keep your filthy paws off Jari. And keep your filthy paws off Parker Wotherspoon. You're not getting them.
Okay, so for people who don't know, Edmonton got their ass kicked after they finally got a regulation win in Florida.
Demolished.
Last weekend.
Embarrassing.
It was bad. And then they went against the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Stars 8-3'd them. And once again, it's goaltending. It's not only goaltending, but that is the root of the problem. And
there is a psychological component
Correct.
to the goaltending that means that no matter how good Stu was or is, they no longer trust him, and therefore it doesn't matter how good he is because they're going to give up a lot of high danger chances, and they're going to just play dog shit in front of him.
Yep, and that is something that's probably been there for the past 2 years. It was definitely there last year. We talked about it on the last year's podcast, right around playoffs, where you can tell that the Oilers play a very different game when they are playing in front of Stu versus when they're playing in front of Calvin Pickard. And that's not to say Calvin Pickard is an A-tier goalie. It's just that they are more comfortable in front of Pickard. So after the Dallas demolition, after Dallas kicked our ass, it became a conversation of what the fuck is the problem? Is the problem the coaching? And probably some of it. I still don't understand why we went through a blender for the first month of the season trying to figure out who goes where for the lines. I think the defense is a problem, but we go back to the whole psychological thing of is it a problem because of they're not playing hockey right, or is it a problem of they already feel like they're going to lose, so they just give up? And then there's a problem with offense, and you could make an argument that they changed their system, that they didn't change their system, that they don't know how to feel. It's just a whole circle of issues. So I, among everybody else, thought that the biggest way to shake it up is to trade a goaltender, and I think this has been a long time coming. They should have done it in the offseason, but it has been a long time coming. And then the rumors started coming out. The first rumor, was that the Blues were interested in trading Jordan Binnington because they're on a fire sale right now. They're taking offers for most of their team. And I was about to crash out over the idea of having Jordan Binnington on our team. I know he's got a cup. I know he's got his ring. I don't want him on my team. You said what?
He saved us at 4 Nations.
It doesn't matter. He is a big game player. It does not matter. And he's older. He's 32.
That's what I said. I was like, for what? For whomst? An older guy? Like, I'm sorry, but like goalies especially, they got to do a lot of waxy daisy shit. Like, you can't be old and decrepit, guys. Like, you die at 32, apparently, like in hockey years. Like they age like dogs. Like,
and I do think that there's genuine concern there of is he a decent player and his just defense is falling apart, or is he he's kind of on the regress? So that was the conversation around Tuesday, and at that point I was like, I just want a goalie, but I don't want Binnington, and I'm being very picky because, I want to go to the cup. I want to win.
And you don't want to make a lateral move. That's been my issue since day one, is like whenever people were talking about goaltending.
Like Gibson.
I was like,
that was a lateral move.
And it was like, okay, the dude gets hurt a lot. We should have gone for Spencer Knight, but
we should have gone for Spencer Knight or one of the Woods, which are kicking ass and out the Avs.
Like there were opportunities that we didn't take.
Jasper Wallstedt was our draft. We skipped over him in the draft. I mean,
Like, there were so many opportunities that they ignored. And then now that there's not opportunities, it's like, well, what do you do? Like, all of these goalies are a lateral move, either with injuries or with overall performance issues or save percentages or, like, being hot and cold. Like, you know, the Oilers don't have a lot of assets to give.
Right. That have no trade clauses, at least. And so then Wednesday comes around, and I did something. I can't tell you about it yet.
What did you do? Like,
don't worry. If it ever happens, it will be a 10-minute misconduct. I recorded it. It's fine. So, then the news came out that there would have been the potential for them trading Jari from the Pens.
Yeah, there was. Well, the way that it was phrased, like, you have to take everything.
The insiders don't know everything.
Straight. There's like one good insider. Everyone else is kind of not
harping
they're
on
just
him.
Hearing whispers of whispers of whispers. There's also the very uncharitable, like, translations of what those rumors are, which is when they say Jari's looking, like, maybe trading Jari. That's not what I heard. What I heard was Stan Bowman is calling around, and Dubas is taking the calls.
Yeah.
For Jari of, like, and that has been no secret. I mean, we put the guy on waivers. It's like, you can always call on these guys.
Yes.
It just doesn't mean there's going to be an actual fucking trade.
And that's where we're at right now. But last night, there was a conversation that Jari would go to Edmonton and potentially Parker Wotherspoon.
Yeah, that there was interest in Parker Wotherspoon.
And I'm sure there's interest in him.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have interest in our top lefty.
Yeah.
Fuck off. He's mine.
So then people were like, oh my gosh, is Nurse being traded to Pittsburgh? Which, thank God, please. This is the one I want to happen. Not to Pittsburgh. I just want him traded. And
how did that not go in? How did the puck not go in? How the fuck did that puck not go fucking in? Yes! 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 Yes!
So anyways.
In case you're wondering what watching hockey with me is like, it's pretty much that.
Yeah. So anyways. Then there was discussion of Kulak being traded for a second deal. And so now there's a conversation. I'm not against either. I
literally said, I feel like Kulak would be a good fit in the Penguins. I actually would not have minded Troy Stetcher because he's a dude who's coming in and has a lot of heart.
He has so much heart.
In the current system that the Penguins are developing and, like, focusing on, where, you know, those players are rewarded, like, they're working with players of all types, trying to get them. Look at, like, Ryan Graves, like, people that we had on waivers, or people that, like, they don't give a fuck about your contract, they give a fuck about your performance. Like, with a couple of exceptions. But, like, I would not mind Kulak, but you're not getting a first round pick for him. You're not getting, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't.
So anyways, this conversation has put Saint and I at odds all week long. Because I love the Pens and I want them to succeed. I love the Oilers more, and I always will. And Saint loves the Pens and wants them to go to playoffs, and Saint wants
I want the Oilers to win the cup, but I would
not at the sacrifice of your team. Yeah, exactly.
No, especially not this team. As I said to you, I have grown very, very attached to this Penguins roster. I think more than I was attached to the first and second year. Because last year I loved that roster.
Yeah.
Like, not like they weren't good, but, like, I loved them.
So
this year, I love this roster. You're not getting Parker Wotherspoon. You're not.
Here's the question. What do you see happening here? I do think a trade is coming.
So if a trade is coming, I mean, depends. As of right now, we're recording this on Friday night at like 7:20. The Pens are playing. I really don't think you're getting a young prospect out of us. I just don't.
No, I don't think so either. And especially not because Kyle DeBoss has spent so fucking long building.
You might get a couple guys. Like, you might get Poulin. Like, there's players that are, like, good in the AHL that have not shown promise in the NHL, at least with the Penguins.
Right.
That might do okay with you guys, or might, like, be good in Bakersfield, per se. Like, willing to take two of those guys so that you have call-ups, maybe. I'm not against getting Kulak because we do need, I think, a solid defenseman. I don't know if Kulak is the guy. I feel like we need somebody who can play on that third line. But right now they're alternating,
and he's a really good third liner.
I also am not against Kulak in the fact that he is not afraid to throw punches.
He's a good. I do think that Kulak.
I think he has a place potentially.
Yes.
And if not, I believe that some of his potential could be brought out, and then because Dubas is good at flipping players. You know what I mean?
And Janusz is good at getting players back to who they are supposed to be.
Yes. So like I'm looking at the roster
for the
right
Oilers
now. For the Penguins, of who would we be willing to give you? Like, let's go down the list. You would be willing
to give me.
Well, I would be, because
we are now GMs.
I'm not a GM. Kyle DeBoss, I know your game. Okay, they're not getting Brezzo.
Sid Crosby. I want Sid Crosby.
Fuck off and die. You're not getting Hollander. You're probably not getting Hazy. Maybe Danton Heinen. Sorry. Okay. Maybe Koivunen. I know he's a baby, but like if you were to give us like big numbers out of that, maybe Kapanen.
There's
maybe
a lot
Novak.
Out there. Yeah.
I just don't see. So we do have too many goalies. That is true. That
is true. Yeah. And you're not getting. I don't think we're getting Shilov, and I don't think we're getting the baby Marshov.
No, Marshov is going nowhere, no how, no way. Mm-hmm. But he's still too young to be full-time in the NHL.
Yes.
And Shilov is also a little bit too young. That's why I don't really see us trading Jari just yet. Like, he still has a few years left on his contract. I said I was going to be better about taking notes, and then I proceeded to not do that. He's on year 3 of 5. So he has this season. So he has 5 mil, 375.
Okay, so a lot.
So a fuck yeah. That's also why I was like, you guys don't have the cap space. So he has this season and 2 more seasons. Which what I'm saying is that I don't think you're getting him without some pretty good fucking
collateral.
I don't think you trade him this year. I think the smart move is, unless you're trading for another like seasoned goalie as someone who can alternate with Shilov, so that like Shilov isn't getting burned out, which again, he needs development. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy the flip-flop that we're doing. This is one of the first times we've had a consecutive start to our goalies with Jari and Jari back-to-back. The only way that you guys get Jari is with us retaining cap or offloading one of your big contracts like Nurse. Like,
yep.
I don't want Nurse. I don't want him.
I don't think there is a legitimate pitch for a 3-way deal. And I think it might be with the Blues. I think Bowman has a lot of problems with the Blues because of what they did to Broberg and Holloway.
Yeah, that offer sheet was kind of rude. Funny, but rude.
Very well. Now that we're not as attached to those two, it's funny. But I just think that I do think a trade is coming. And if this is updated on, if this doesn't happen this weekend, I'd be shocked. So we might have to add a little snippet in here, just us losing it over that. It'd be funny if it dropped tonight. That'd be really funny. I don't think it'll happen. No.
Me watching the fucking Penguins game? What would be funny? Tell me why would it be funny, bitch?
I do think that there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think the final nail in the coffin was the Dallas game. That's not the only for sale sign open this week. The one that shocked me, not shocked, I shouldn't say that, but I
was a little surprised.
The Canucks put a for sale sign on their locker room, which, except for Quinn Hughes.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I was a little surprised they were so open about it. I think that.
Are they doing another retool?
I don't think it's a good idea to ever pretend to know what the Canucks organization might be doing in any capacity. I think that's between them and the hockey gods, and nobody else. Because the moves that I have seen, and here's the thing, they took some of my babies.
Yeah.
They took Dragon. I would love for Dragon to go to the Oilers or back to us. To have a true defensive defenseman.
Yes.
Oh, I miss him. That was one that really hurt me. I was like very upset about losing like Doc and POJ. Like that hurt, but like it was like, all right, it's for the betterment of the team overall. But losing Dragon, we knew we had to do it, but it was just like, oh, I really would like a defensive defenseman right now. I think that if you're a smart team, you go for him, you go for Kiefer Sherwood.
Kiefer Sherwood is like, one that I'd be interested in.
Yeah. The problem is, like, for the Oilers specifically, you have no cap space and you have no assets. Like, unless you get somebody to waive their no movement clause, it's just... What's interesting, though, is that the Canucks are willing to trade with the Oilers. Like, that's happened. Like, Podsy, who is not someone that I think if Bowman is not a complete fucking idiot, you don't trade him. I would take Podsy. You would cry and lose your shit. But, like,
would throw up and die.
But, like, you're not... Like, that's something that kind of throws me off, is like, I can't imagine trading directly to a divisional rival like that, except I think we did with the Caps.
Yeah, with Bo.
But like, I don't know. Like, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark there of just like, I don't know what it is.
Right.
I admire Quinn Hughes' commitment, but oh my God, like,
I don't think he stays after his contract is up, though. I think he goes.
You don't think he renews?
I think he goes to the Devils.
How long does he have?
I think it's next year. I think it's one more year. And not this UFA, but the next. And I think he does go to the Devils.
God bless you, Puckpedia. Shout out to Puckpedia.com because you're the only one ever.
Cap friendly.
Yep, you're right. It's this year, like this season, and then one more season. So he's a pending UFA, which to me, once you have 1 year left on your contract, you're basically UFA already because everybody's going to be trading. You fucks, they fucking scored.
I did see that some of them, the Kiefer Sherwood was a big name. I did see that they don't want to trade Evander Kane, or that nobody is wanting to trade for Evander Kane.
Gee,
which
wow, I
find funny. There. What do you think of, like, Brock Besser just re-signed after nobody would give him an offer?
I think we're in a weird spot where, and this ties into a topic that we were going to talk about later, which is that all of the teams are not that different overall. Like, we've kind of reached an equilibrium where you have really, really, like, one really good team, maybe two. A lot of injuries, which has brought a lot of people down into a stasis where everyone's kind of along the same level, like, give or take, like, in this median. And it's kind of like...
I don't remember this happening last year.
No, and statistically it wasn't. And I think that's what kind of the issue is with these trades is it's like, okay, but are these not just a bunch of lateral moves?
Right.
Like
but then you also have the argument. You also have the argument that these people, it might be that they're struggling under one set of leadership, as we've seen with the Pens, that the Pens are struggling under Mike Sullivan, and now they're thriving under Dan Muse. They have a lot of the same players. It's just a lot more youth has been injected into them. And then a different mindset in coaching. So is it just that some of these lateral movements will spark freshness wherever they go? Or will
I think
bring them down?
I mean, that's kind of like a case with a little bit of Wotherspoon, which is, I'm sure, why Bruins. He's been so... Yeah, where, like, he wasn't bad with the Bruins at all, like, per se. Like, but sometimes, you know, it's just a different... Like, we talk about the psychology of, like, hockey and the culture, and it's like sometimes you just need a change of scenery, and it can really unlock potential in you, not necessarily permanently, but at least it might just, like,
shakes them up.
It shakes them up a little bit. And I genuinely believe there are people who were meant to be in certain styles of teams, like Nikita Zadorov. Perfect as a Bruin.
He is a Bruin.
He should have been a Bruin the whole fucking time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just fits. And so, like, I think that in some cases, like I said, Kulak would probably be a good fit here for a little bit more physicality. There's some teams that I think can kind of take anybody and they'll get some use out of them.
I would say that's the Panthers. That's the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers, because if they can't use them, they'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't see them making a lot of trades just because I think they're pretty tight on their cap space right now. But we'll see. Who's to say? I mean, they have so many injuries. Yeah, and I'm not against these lateral moves if it's something that is mutually beneficial, and you kind of have to take risks, right? As a GM,
that's where I would struggle. I would struggle
Yeah.
there.
Which is why I appreciate Kyle DeBoss with his like statistics based approach, where it's like, no, we're gonna look at the statistics. We're gonna look at like how can we. I don't know. I think him being younger is a big assist. He's a little more willing to do things a little differently, but he's gonna have trades that don't work out. Like it's just the way that it goes. You have players who fizzle out, who you go, these should be top of the line guys, and they're not. I mean, look at the Preds, right? Like look at these players who should be, you know, above average to the league for forwards.
Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly.
Dude, like
got
these are not.
And that's a whole nother talk about like the difference in culture in places, because their locker room vibes are not great. Preds fans,
rancid.
What's going on? This time last year it was the Ducks, and now look at the Ducks.
Yeah.
Now I only saw this from Frank Saravalli, which I know is
Where's that Michael Bublé quote?
Yeah.
Where's the Michael Bublé quote? Right. Hold on, wait, I gotta find it. It was, Michael Bublé is a Canucks fan. Again,
I'm so sorry, Michael Bublé. You could have chosen a better team.
Yeah, well, so is BB No Money. Like
BB No Money, you could have chosen a better team.
You could have chosen a better team. Support of Vancouver. I get it.
You don't have to support where you live. I don't live anywhere near Edmonton.
At least support like the Vancouver Golden Eyes. Like that's fine. Whatever. If Frank Saravalli is a Canucks insider, then the 40-year-old virgin was a porn star.
Jeez.
So we got to take that with a grain of salt.
Right. But you can kind of see it in how the Preds are acting. It's 2 years now where they've made all of these major changes, and they are very low. And they made playoffs in our first year of watching. Now, they only got to the first round, but that's still impressive, all things considered. I know that some people on Reddit were saying that it is lack of solid leadership in the locker room.
Yeah, and that's been an issue for years. Like, that's something you can go on social media and look at, and it's like years ago saying that the Preds locker room is not great. And I think some of it does come from, like, there's different kinds of leadership styles. Some people are meant to be A's and some people are meant to be C's.
You could argue that for John Tavares and Austin Matthews.
Yeah, like, I mean, and I don't pretend to know anything about hockey. Yeah, like, well, not that, and just I don't pretend to know how hockey locker room culture works at like a personal level of like what makes a good leadership in the locker room, because I think that depends on the people you have on that team.
Yeah,
and like, you know, just, and different people have different leadership styles. Who's to say? But I think there are some captains in this league who probably shouldn't be captains, and that is absolutely affecting their team because of the way that sports psychology works. Is you have a leader, and you have, you know, other leaders. You have people who are an A. I think a good example would be like Alexander Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk. Barkey is like a quieter leader. He's definitely more of like the introverted type, and he said this, and so has Matthew Tkachuk. Whereas Tkachuk is more of like a extroverted. Yep, he's the people person, and he brings like a
Connor
real strong.
And Dry, same thing.
Yeah, and like, and for Barkey and Tkachuk, they've kind of basically said that at the time they were co-captains,
which I think together is almost better. Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn are another. Jamie Benn is the heart
like
and soul,
the mom and dad of the team.
But they are mom and
dad.
Yeah, exactly. But then and we have this talk a lot about how you shouldn't make your best player the C just because that you're their best player. We were especially worried about both Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard getting pushed into that role where they were given the C too early because they are the best players on their team. That's not a leader. It's looking at Austin Matthews, and I'm so sorry, Leafs fans. I really don't hate you, but the Leafs fans, when Austin Matthews is on the ice, if something goes wrong, he doesn't seem to have a strong way to respond. John Tavares did. And when they stripped him of the C, I know it was a mutual thing, but it still kind of was like a gut punch. And now you're kind of seeing a lot of this struggle.
Just weird.
Like, it is just weird.
I don't know.
But that's another sports psychology thing of where are the strongest leaders in the room and how is that affecting the team mentally? Because you have a quieter leader, sure, that's fine, but do you have somebody else stepping up to be the heart and soul of the group, or is there nobody there to fill that role?
Yeah, and like there was a reason Gino got the A pretty quickly for the Penguins, but Tanger did not. Tanger was not a leader for quite a few years in Pittsburgh, and that was fine because I we joke about mom and dad for Gino and Sid too, but Sid was a captain since
he was a baby.
Like this kid was just a natural leader. Like some people just have that in them, and some people are natural leaders and they choose to like step to the side a little bit and they would rather be like supportive leaders, like a second in command. And again, different leadership styles. Gino is someone that they have, like the culture of the locker room has said, he leads by example, like that's every day. And then
that's Connor. That's Connor. Dry is the heart and soul. He's like sitting down and mentoring people.
Yes.
Todd
and
Colson
so I think
is my biggest thought.
Yeah. And so I mean, it's just different styles. There's no wrong way to do it. I think, well, there's wrong ways to do it. Let me rephrase that. Different leadership styles are not a bad thing, but they can sometimes not work for certain players. I think that's part of the risk in these trades is like you're trying to find people who can fit with that locker room, or are they just someone who's adaptable enough? I mean, like I think of Brad Marchand as somebody who could probably fit on any team if he wanted to. He's just that kind of a guy who like becomes integrated into the locker room immediately.
Yes.
And be like just instantly. He saw it on Team Canada. He does it for the Panthers. Like he was obviously captain of the Bruins, and he was a good captain.
Yeah.
Arguably. So like it's just one of those things that I don't know where we're talking about with this. We're just ranting about these teams sucking and what do you do for these guys?
And I don't know that there's necessarily like for the Preds. I think that they're another open season, willing to trade. I think that your biggest critics are going to be yourself and then the people that are around you. And so like for Ryan O'Reilly, he's talking about how he's going through it in that locker room, and maybe when he gets a shake up and gets out of Nashville, he goes to somewhere that actually is like, okay, we're going to retool you and teach you how to actually play our style and play on our team. You might see him jump in the standing. Last year with like Victor Arvidsson and Jeff Skinner, there was something there that the Oilers liked but couldn't use. They thought they were great on paper and then they didn't show up. And you and I argued that we think that Jeff Skinner was just not fitting in the Oilers' style or in the Oilers' locker room. And he kind of got it taken out on him. He immediately was like, get me out of Edmonton, and went to the Sharks of all teams. So, I don't know. It's just interesting to watch all of these teams kind of struggling. And you mentioned it earlier that there's been this theme all season about how the points are like, they're all really, really, really condensed in the season. We've talked about the War of the Five Kings before, but what do you think of the range this year for...
Dude, like, there's no certainties.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it, like, oh, the Penguins managed to squeak into a wild card spot in the hours of the eve before Thanksgiving, like, because of the Thanksgiving rule. And it's like...
I don't think the Thanksgiving rule affects...
I don't think... Yeah.
Like, I don't think... We're looking at this chart right here, right now. You have, like, 15 teams who are all at the mark where they could win 3 or 4 games ahead of the others, and they were below the roster. They might go on a small run and be in spot 2 of their division.
Such a fucking nightmare. Like, the spring is going to be, like... Let me put it this way. Now I am already going, oh, well, I hope...
pity
our
points.
divisionals rivals. Yeah, like I always was a pity point fan, just for the fact of like, all right, if we're gonna if we're gonna lose, we might as well lose in OT.
Yeah.
But like, other than the Penguins, I don't want to go to OT anymore. I don't know what happened. We used to be good at OT. Now we're 6-0 in OT or 7-0 in OT. I fucking hate it. I don't understand what happened. But stop going to OT. Just win in regulation. But on the opposite of that is now I'm already rooting for certain teams to lose based on where I need the standings to be.
And we didn't start doing that until maybe January.
Yeah, like I'm already going, all right, the Devils are number 1 in our division. Nobody's toppling them just because they have so far of a lead, at least not unless they have like a really bad streak. I need the Devils to win everything in our division so that the other teams aren't doing well.
Right.
Because I need them to be lower than us. Yeah, I think it's going to be a fucking nightmare come spring because it's not just the East. I think the East is the most condensed in that it truly is anyone's game, except for a couple of teams. Whereas the West, it's more like, is it the POD? Do they make it? You know, like this year I truly am like I have no fucking clue, no fucking clue whatsoever. Who's gonna do it? All the injuries, the Olympics. I was talking to my cousin about this. I was like, dude, the Olympics, you're gonna have the Russian players. Like, thank God for us.
2 weeks off.
Yeah, who are like, all right, Gino's gonna have 2 weeks off, and then you're gonna have players for us. It's gonna be like, all right, well, Sid and EK and you know, like who's going on these teams, and what if they get injured? Yeah. I know it's not gonna be like Four Nations because we're not gonna have blind brawls.
Thank God it's not gonna be like Four Nations because I loved Four Nations. Do not get me wrong, I want more Four Nations, but also Four Nations kind of fucked my team. I think for the playoffs.
I think we need to alternate.
All-Star Four Nations.
Yes, so it's like 1
year
year
All-Stars,
Olympics.
1 Four Nation, and 1 Olympics. There you
go.
Done.
I think so.
We did your job for you, NHL.
Yeah, NHL, you're fucking welcome. Because as much as people don't like All-Stars, or come up with a new option, come up with like a fourth option versus All-Stars. But like, I love Four Nations. Do it again. Bring back the jerseys. But like,
please
bring back the jerseys. I want the Canadian ones. But like, man, at least especially for the Americans, what the fuck ever is going on with that medical team?
Yeah,
you guys need
Charlie
different doctors.
McAvoy, both of the Kachuk brothers. I mean,
Jesus Christ, like whatever is going on there, it's not good. So yeah, that's a big concern for us. Is like they're gonna be tired. The ranks are larger in Europe for like the IHF.
But
like European
they don't follows that. They are not throwing punches, and I don't think you can check as hard.
You cannot check as hard. Like the stuff that we go, ooh, that was a little dicey, is like an ejection. Like it's much, which to me, I'm like, but it's not hockey. But like for the sake of playoffs, I'm okay with it right now. Like, please don't hurt Sid. Please don't hurt AK. Rax just is going to be recovering from his broken hand if he goes to the. Oh my god, this is so stressful. Like, I can't. I'm excited for the Olympics. I'm also going to throw up and die if anything happens to anyone on our teams. I just can't.
We did that once. We don't need to do it again.
It's already so bad with Four Nations. Like, they really, really need to. And that's what I think is going to be the big thing is it's like, all right, you're going to have half of these guys are going to be on 2 weeks breaks, either because they don't make the Olympic rosters or because, you know, political reasons, whatever is happening. And then the other half of the guys are going to be fucking both doing really well in terms of their keeping, like in tip-top shape. Yeah. The conditioning of like not, because as you've seen, like when the Penguins had their 4 days off, 4 days on, or 4 days off, 2 days on, 4 days off, did not do well coming back from those breaks. Those breaks are hard. Like you lose the conditioning you get. It's just like when I go away for a vacation and then I come home and then go back to work and I'm like, who am I? What am I doing? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't blame them, but yeah, they gotta, it's the spring, man, the spring. I'm really scared.
You're already getting afraid. All right.
I'm already in many fears.
Do we have a sponsor today?
We do have a sponsor today. Today's sponsor is St. Astra, a Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist. You can support her by purchasing from Aretzi or subscribing on twitch.tv/St. Astra. Use your free Prime sub and get access to awesome emotes. St. Astra's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with a perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the St. Astra hockey-related DIY fund.
All right, let's turn to our one-timer topic of the week where we take one shot at the biggest story. This week's topic is, guess what, Saint? We got more jerseys to talk about.
Everybody's favorite topic because hockey is indeed a fashion show and a sport.
All right, so the first one we can talk about is Team USA released their Olympic jerseys, and they are... okay, what do you think of them? Excluding the fact that the Four Nations jerseys were incredible. We're just focusing on the USA jerseys.
If I mind wipe the Olympic jerseys.
Yes.
These are solid.
Okay. Yeah, I like the blue. That's a very good blue.
I do like the blue. I actually like the away better. I really like the white with the white with the like almost like 3D lettering, like you know how you used to have the old 3D glasses with red and blue like that. Like I think they're solid.
Oh, I think they're
that. I think when you remember the Four Nations jerseys, everything just is pales in comparison overall.
Did you see that the stripes don't go all the way around for this one too?
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Is this just a decision by Bauer?
Yes. I think they go around on the back, but not on the arms.
Why? Hold on, now I've got to look at these. What? Again, controversial opinion. I liked them better when I saw them on the women's, like the female hockey players versus the male hockey players.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, you know, they're a little better. Maybe it's just because we didn't get to see the PWHL doing anything Four Nation styled. Like, someone commented and said the USA's patch location doesn't make sense. I think that is what's kind of throwing me off about them is that the patch should be on the other side because the USA starts high. So you need to have it over because of the rules of 3 and like the Fibonacci sequence in terms of like rotating, like the way that your eyes need to follow.
Getting real technical in here.
Yep. I do actually know what I'm talking about sometimes, guys. In design, I do. I like them.
This is a very good, you know how some jerseys, when you look at them, they use like a really cool toned blue and then a really red or orange toned red. And you're like, those colors do not match. This, I like how they have done it, where there are different kinds of blues and reds. And I think that this is a really good job of how they've done it. I have seen people say that it looks like a new Rangers jersey. And I kind of agree, but what do you expect when the Rangers have America's colors?
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do with, I think, across the, like, all of these different things, as if you have blue, red, and white between the different flags and then also the different teams. I will say this probably would have been cool for the Winter Classic jerseys.
Controversial.
Because that was my complaint, was it not? Was my whole bitch fest not that they didn't know how to add weight to the lettering in the kit, that like it just doesn't fit correctly because it didn't have the weight. I do like the Rangers ones more than my initial reaction. I still wouldn't, like, it's not one that I would rep. Like, I would not just because it's Rangers, but just it's not, I don't know. I think it's just a little too same-faced. It just didn't, These are not bad, but they're
better than Canada's jersey.
They are a little better than Canada's jersey.
At least they have the right colors.
Yes, they do have the right colors. That is a huge thing, is they did a good choice for the colors for the USA jerseys.
We also got France's jerseys. Now, I completely forgot about these, which tells you how well this is going. The jersey, I saw the one I'm looking at right now is I hope you like college ruled notebook paper because you're gonna love these. And once again, the stripes do not go all the way around.
So in this one, that's a style choice of like
I like the dark blue. That's about all I got.
They look like soccer jerseys.
They do look like soccer jerseys.
Like they don't look like hockey jerseys.
And they've got the stupid numbering that Team Canada has as well. Like the dotted lines, the dotted shading. Yeah. I just think that it's interesting that the France is so small and there are so many very small lines. I know what they're going for. You know what they're going for. It's like some sort of, there's something in French culture that has like the dark blue and the white stripes, and I cannot think of it for the life of me. I've been staring at this jersey now for like 20 minutes going, I know what this is a reference to, but I cannot remember the name of it. And it's fine. It would be currently the lowest of my tier list. So that's unfortunate. Sorry, France. You could have done better.
Yeah, I do like that shade of blue. But it just, I don't know, like you couldn't put the fleur-de-lis on there. You couldn't put
the fleur-de-lis would have been so pretty.
Yeah, just as a patch. You know what I mean? Like just as something.
They look simple, like very simple. That's why I think you're right that they look like hockey or the soccer jerseys.
Because we were
football jerseys.
Football jerseys. So this was like a topic that I was on Twitter about, that like hockey jerseys are something that's very hard to style for casual wear, because they're the outfit. Yeah. You can't really dress them up. When you wear a hockey jersey, like if I were to like, oh hey, I'm gonna go wear my hockey jersey to like a party or like out and about, it's not subtle. Like you have to kind of wear like black leather leggings or like jeans and like boots or something like that. Like they're hard to style. Yeah. Because the whole thing is the jersey. Yeah. There's also.
It does not really invoke anything. Like if I was French, I would not feel national pride to this.
Yeah, my thing is, if you were to show me this, I wouldn't think it's a fucking hockey jersey. Like that's my issue.
We've also got Czechia's 2026 Olympic threads. I like this one.
Yes,
controversial. I really like this one.
I like this one too. It's not like.
I think that if you look at the detailing, this is one of the things that I like the best, is the amount of detailing on this. Like the neck, right around the neck, you can see that there's different patterns in the dark blue and the red. And I really like
their shield.
Their shield. Yeah, their
crest. Coat of arms. Coat of arms.
Coat of arms. I love that a lot. And I think that this one might be my favorite so far.
Okay. I do still think it is a little bit soccer footballish.
I can see that.
Like it still like does not scream hockey jersey to me, but I do understand that European hockey sweaters are a little bit different. My thing is the striping not going all the way around, and then just lesser stripes in general. I think this jersey specifically could have benefited from having a bottom stripe, just one bottom stripe, or like either like maybe a repeat of what's on the shoulders, but like inverted or something like that. Yeah, just something to like. But I think that with the whole, like, we're only seeing the jerseys, we're not seeing the whole kits with like the pants and the socks and all that. That might impact how I view the different jerseys, because I think we'll see how the line work goes.
Yes. I'm excited. Uniform. The closer we get to the Olympics, as much as I'm nervous to send my boys off to war, I am excited that we are getting new threads. I always think that this is part of my favorite. Like, that's why I love when alts drop. I love getting to judge all of the difference. Now, I do think it's interesting that they might not actually be able to wear them because we might run out of time. So that's fun. The stadium's not built.
Oh yeah, that whole thing. I was distracted because I actually really, really like Team Germany's jerseys.
Team Germany's jerseys are gorgeous. They're the black and yellow with the coat of arms. Saint's gonna lose it just because she gets to see Leon Draisaitl in black and yellow.
Yeah,
Team Sweden has its incredible jerseys. Oh, this was released today. I haven't seen this. Just sent it to you. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah. Again, the Three Crowns is so fucking good. The dark blue, it's a really dark blue.
That's a really pretty dark blue.
It's a really dark blue. Yeah, I really like Team Sweden's.
That actually might take the spot. That's gorgeous.
You like Team Sweden's the most?
I am a sucker for the Three Crowns.
They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
I like the I guess this is the away jersey, or this might be the home jersey. The very, very dark blue with the like a crisp yellow. Love that.
And it's a true like canary diamond yellow. Like
yeah, that is delicious. Love that.
And look at like the trapezoids and like or I should say the geometrics of the crowns, like in that embroidery is just I actually really
enjoy that. What else? What was the other one? Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland.
Very. Yeah, you look like a medic. Red Cross on it. Yeah, you look like medic. And like I'm playing Overwatch. Medic.
Back to being Mercy, but I do think that's cool. It's one of those things where I like it when they have logos better than wording.
Yeah. And I'm not against wording. I just think that you need to like. I will say for Team USA, I liked how they did the lettering. It's very something. It's just kind of classic.
Yeah.
Like they weren't trying to reinvent the wheel with these, which I can appreciate. just because they are the Olympics and not like a Four Nations thing.
Right.
Again, I wish France had done a little bit more. I like the Germany ones. Swiss is good. Czechia ones are good. I really like Sweden. Finland is cool too. I mean, it's just,
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, I thought I saw like the lion. I like
pretty,
these.
but I'm a sucker for blue and blue. Oh.
Yeah. I just like the that it's not on a shield. Not that to say that the ones with the shield are bad, but I like because see how the line work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the freestanding, and then like how they allow it to have the cutout against the geometrics of like the line work and stuff like that across. Like, I really like that one. Honestly, overall, the sweaters I'm happy with. Like, there's not a team that I'm like, oh, this is ugly as sin. It's just like, unfortunately, we got ruined by Four Nations and how good those jerseys were, where they were just so fucking sick, and so beautiful. Like,
I want to know what people in our comments think. Which is your favorite jersey? Because I think this is going to be one of those things where there are a lot of differing opinions, and I'm very curious to see what people like and don't like. That's my thing. Yeah, I always like hearing, because people were saying the Winter Classic jerseys were mid, and we were one of them. But then others are like, that's incredible. And I always like hearing from other people talk about what they do like and don't like,
and why. Because like I was very like, I'm a very design oriented person, and I look at kind of like not necessarily the science of it, but like the rules of design and like when to break them, when not to break them, and then like what makes things work or not work. Because there's like everything's an opinion and a matter of taste, but there are objective like rules of design that we follow because they agree with the majority of people, that like the majority of people agree with or like these certain things. And there's always going to be exceptions. For me, if I had to pick one, I really don't know. I'm
really partial now to the Finland one.
I was gonna say I really like the Finland, but man, the Sweden one, it's so clean with the blue and yellow, like that super super dark blue with the super super crisp neutral yellow. It's not a gold yellow, it's not like a greenish yellow. It's like a true yellow that like I don't really think any jerseys in the NHL have. Everyone is kind of that like
a warmer
yellow / the like a golden yellow. That has more of an orange tone to it. I really like the true yellow, but I am very fond of the German colors, just because I think the black with the gold and red is sick. And like the blocking coloring
on them.
Yes, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Speaking of jerseys, the Dallas Stars finally released their alts. And you and I have been freaking out about them all week long because they are so good.
Like, bro, if you don't like this jersey, you're just wrong. I'm sorry, but you're just wrong. They're so fucking clean. I understand people have a differentiating opinion on whether they should have gone with the gold versus what they should have gone
the silver,
with the silver. Like, I
in this era, I think the silver works. I think
that's what I think it's an important distinction of like it does kind of look more like a Texas Stars jersey, their AHL affiliate.
Yes.
But
so good. So it got leaked on their app.
It did get leaked.
And I sent it to you and we were freaking out about it. And then we finally got the full look and both of us went, oh, these are gorgeous.
These should be their regular fucking jerseys.
Yes.
They shouldn't be they should just make these their jerseys. Like, especially when you look at the pictures next to the green, like to like this. And I don't hate the star logo, but like maybe you can swap out the logos, but keep the star striping on how it angles to look like a star in the jersey. The lettering, this is one of my favorite jerseys. Like this cracks top 10.
And I've heard people say, well, we don't need more black jerseys. Look at this and tell me that we don't need more black jerseys. Like, you can do black jerseys so well. And I like that it's in the shape of a star. Like, the actual cutout is a shape of a star. I think that's really, really clever. I just think that these are so crisp. They are so crisp, and I'm obsessed with them. And the more that I stared at it, like when it first got leaked, the more I fell in love with it. I would get this jersey. If I had to get a Dallas Stars jersey, it would be this one. It would be for Otter.
Yes. I fucking love this jersey. I completely understand why there were hundreds of people camped out to buy this fucking jersey, because it's it's just so clean. It's just so clean. I really have no critiques on it. Like, overall,
which is the first.
Which, I mean, like, I can nitpick.
Yeah.
I like the color green. I like that it is more of like a spring green versus the darker emerald green that's like the traditional Dallas Stars jersey. I think that they did a good job of trying to blend their retro, like, you know, pulling from the North Stars into the more modern of the Dallas Stars. It seems to me just like a really, really good clean jersey. I like the actual star logo.
The
how they did the shaping
is so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Like how they did the shading of the darker green and the lighter green together, the choices that they made to make it stand out like that. The numbering is the only thing that I can't decide if it's just because it's the white on white with the green thread. I like it. Maybe the line work should have been a little bit thicker with the green, just a little bit. Just for like visual, but the nameplates look sick with it. Like, I don't know. Everybody on Twitter is sharing them, and I'm really fucking jealous. I'm really fucking jealous. I want this fucking jersey.
Oh man, I might have to get them. I would get an Otter jersey. I love Jake Ottinger. I've loved
fuck that. Hold on, I'm sending it to you. This is the walkout. They're walking out. Oh, look at how. I guess it is in this lighting more emerald green. Yeah, but look at the so the pictures that they had showed were highly edited to match. But yeah, look at which I'm okay with the emerald green.
I think it looks so good.
I guess I totally undo what I said. It is more actually than spring green. Like, it was just I was basing it off of that one picture, and they had edited it more.
And looking at this, I don't hate the smaller lines.
Yeah, so again, now that's why I wanted to send it to you, because I was like, in motion, it completely changes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard when you're looking at static pictures of jerseys versus the full fit. And I like, you know, the all black, and then having like the bold white and green for the socks. Like, it just looks so good.
Peak uniform. A+ stars. You did it. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would trust
fantastic.
you with the jersey release.
I trust you with jersey releases.
We also really liked the alt that everybody hates. The neon green one. I love that one. But we're just green fans. Like, we love the color green. So I don't know. I really enjoy these jerseys. I might end up
I mean, I'm a bad goth bitch, okay? Like, I like my black jerseys. I look hot in them. I appreciate them. I like the glow in the dark aspects. I know everybody thinks it's tacky. I love tacky. Fuck
wrong.
Off.
Look at the Kraken.
Yes, look at the Kraken jerseys were so fucking
good.
They're
cursed. They're cursed jerseys. They're cursed.
They are cursed. They are good. So yeah, like, it's just good job. I don't think every team should do a blackout jersey, but I think if you have black in your colors in any capacity, you are allowed to do a black jersey as long as it's sick as fuck. So good job, Dallas Stars.
All right, Saint. You're already giggling. Our last topic of the week, Saint Astra. What is Heated Rivalry?
As if I haven't yapped enough this podcast, specifically this episode. Buckle in. So, I'm not going to get into the fandom culture too much because I firmly believe that RPF and like all of that stuff is a separate world. It's a little pocket dimension, and if you, everybody just stay there, just stay there and don't, you know, it's fine. Heated Rivalry. I have read 4 of the books out of this series. So I'm gonna lay it down with you as if you've never heard this, because I assume many of our listeners have no idea what the fuck.
I also don't know a lot about it. I know the bases, but I don't know a lot of it.
So I'm gonna spill the tea so that people can know the tea, because we were losing the ancient text.
Okay.
So it's a series that was written by Rachel Reed,
Okay.
Fantastic. It's good. It's actually funny because it was not well received as a book talk book, despite it being often seen as a book talk book.
Okay.
For a couple different reasons. But it started out as the Game Changer series. And the first book was originally written, like the first 2 chapters were written as a Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes alternate universe fanfic.
Okay.
In which Steve Rogers is the captain of like a Brooklyn, New York, or like the New York team, right? Like we call it whatever, of the New York team. And then he falls in love with Bucky, who is a barista, which was a common trope, not the hockey thing, but the barista thing. As former Marvel fan, I still like Marvel, but like, you know, whatever. So I guess what happens is she published like 1 or 2 chapters of that fic on AO3 and then deleted it, realized that this would actually be a fan she never finished it. As that she realized, I think, that this would actually make a good book that she could sell and make money off of. She changes their characters, don't get me wrong, because it's not. It is funny if you look at it as like, oh, that's Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes, and you do kind of get that vibe a little bit with the main character Scott. I will not spoil things overall. I think, you know, if you want to read it, they are book talk, as in they are very smutty. But surprisingly, they have a plot. They do actually. I don't want to say a plot in terms of like.
It's not perfect.
You're
plot.
not. It's not like a Greek epic tragedy.
Right. It's a romance.
I'm not. It's a romantic book. Heated Rivalry is actually the 2nd or 3rd in the series. I don't.
And they don't relate, do they?
They do actually relate. They're all in the same universe.
But they don't. They're not the same. It's not like a sequel to the first one.
You don't have to read. So there's only 2 books that you absolutely have to read.
Got it.
Heated Rivalry, which is the one that the show is based on, is the story of Ilya and Shane. And that one you read, they have a direct sequel called The Long Game. Characters from the other books show up. And famously, Ilya, is the only one to show up in every book in that series.
Aww.
Yeah, and so there is like, I want to say like a canon line that like what happens in the book 1 with Scott impacts what happens in Heated Rivalry.
Got it.
And and like they're kind of overlap. And then there was another one called Role Model, which I actually really liked. And it was the one that kind of goes along concurrently. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Some of these plot lines run along concurrently with each other. So you'll see stuff like happen. If you read them in order, you go, oh, that thing that's happening with Scott right now happens in the middle of Heated Rivalry.
Oh.
Yeah, and so you go, oh shit, or like I think it's at the end of Heated Rivalry, whatever. But the point is that there are concurrent things that happen. And then in role models, one of the major plot points in that book is the major plot point, or I would say the second major plot point, in the Heated Rivalry sequel, The Long Game. So I did read the other ones. I heard they were good. But I just was like, these are the 4 that I know I need to know for the show. It kind of blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
It blew the fuck up so hard that HBO Max picked it up. It was originally only going to be a Crave original, and it was not going to be released anywhere else. My only complaint right now, as someone who does not have HBO Max, and was going to buy HBO Max to support this show because I think it's hysterical how Canadian TV doesn't have hockey in it. Like the first fucking hockey show in ages was the Shoresy spinoff from Letterkenny.
Oh my god.
So, you know, I was going to go by HBO Max fucked it up by 2 things. One, it is way darker visibly.
I did see that. I did see
lowered the brightness or something. Like, were you scared of the sex scenes or something? Like, it's just weird. Were they going to bite you? Like, of all things, like you played Game of Thrones, HBO, like be for real. And then the other one, the other one was that the subtitles in one of the scenes where Ilya is speaking, if you have captions on by default, it doesn't play the Russian translation that appears. So if you have captions off, it's like a 15-minute scene where he's speaking in Russian, because they go to Russia. And they don't translate it if you have captions on. But if you have captions off, the Russian translations show.
Okay.
Couldn't fucking tell you why. I have not seen the show. I have seen the trailer.
I am watching it this week.
You are watching it this week.
Uh-huh. I've had people in my circles who do not watch hockey, but love yaoi in any form. And were reaching out to me and were like, you need to watch this. You need to watch it now. I was like, I'm planning on it. You just gotta give me a second. And they're like, no, I need to send you this screenshot. And then I had to have a whole conversation about hockey players' asses, which we did cover on one of the podcasts before Four Nations, just so you're aware.
It's integral to the plot.
Yeah,
I will say, going in, she actually got into a little bit, I don't want to say trouble, but one of the complaints that apparently, because typically in like your normal romance or book talk romance at least is like when you call it a slow burn, you think, oh, there's the yearning in a like, and it culminates in like these scenes. This is not that.
Got it.
This is a subversion of that trope in which they allow themselves physical intimacy but not emotional intimacy.
Which is a slow burn. That is technically a slow burn.
It is a slow burn. And it's one of my favorite kinds of slow burns because this does actually touch into the, like, it goes over, in like, this is one of those series where the external forces are what's driving the plot because they're what's preventing these two characters from being together as external forces as opposed to internal forces. And the way she goes over that is, I think, kind of true to form. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still like, it doesn't need to be like the next greatest book in the world. I think this is just book. I think it's a little higher than a book talk book because she actually is a hockey fan and knows about hockey.
Thank God.
She knows about hockey culture too. I mean, she does stuff for the plot. You can see where she has drawn inspiration for like Shane Hollander, with like maybe Sid Crosby. Like he's not a 1-to-1. Don't get me wrong, but like she has drawn a lot of inspiration from Sid, and then for Ilya, I would say she's drawn inspiration from both, like Gina Malkin and maybe
Alex.
even like Druff and Ovechkin. Not just one. It wasn't a 1-to-1. People were saying it was like, oh, totally based on Sid and Ovi. And it's like, no, she drew like inspiration from them because how can you not when you're writing about like generational talents?
Yeah.
But it was a fun read, honestly. Like, there's one scene that to this day sticks out to me and I laugh every time I think about it. And it's just, like, I sent it to you. It's just one of those ones where it just culminates their like relationship and personality. And it's just so funny.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah. I think it's worth a watch to everybody. If nothing else is queer media. Because I don't like when all queer media is sad and epic. I think there's nothing wrong with that, but it wouldn't hurt to just have a fun where there's a happy ending. Like, don't worry, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of angst. You'll be delighted, champ.
Yes.
But it is overall a happy ending.
Awesome.
The NHL will never talk about it, and I don't want them to.
But we can. All right, let's move into sportsmanlike conduct, where we spin the wheel to pick our team of the week. And no matter who it lands on, we have to say something nice and spread a little love on the ice. Saint, we've had 2 weeks straight of hell on wheels for me. Is it your turn? Can you take the pain, please?
You're already trying to steal my players. Must you steal my joy?
Absolutely.
Great.
All right, let's see what we've got for this week's team that we want to pick. It's going to be... I'm gonna die laughing.
You evil bitch. I can't stand you. I hate you so much. What is wrong with you? I can't believe you hex like this. I didn't do anything to you. Wow. Who could we have? Who could you have? You have spun, champ. Who could you have spun? Who could you possibly have spun?
I rolled the New York Rangers.
The New York Rangers.
Saint's absolute favorite team.
Shout out to Sarge, who watches this podcast,
even though we
while
do not
being
like
a Rangers
the Rangers.
fan. And I don't hate them. Like, I don't hate many teams in the NHL. but
The Rangers are one of them.
Rangers are not, like, in another life as a New Yorker, I could, but this was not this life.
Yep.
Okay, sportsmanlike conduct.
Sportsmanlike conduct. The other funny part is when we filmed the first episode of Puck Witches, we did get the Rangers, and I said we're not taking them off the wheel because we didn't get to publish that episode. And I bet you're hating me now.
Yeah, because
can't believe I did this. All right, the Rangers. We said I'm going to reuse the one that I used back in September. I love Madison Square Garden. I want to go to a game there so badly. It wasn't high on my list until the Pens played there the very first week. And I just was like, oh, how iconic would it be to go to an iconic stadium like Madison Square Garden? And now it's I want to go to New York City. I want to go to a Broadway show, and now I want to go to a Rangers game, which is so bizarre to say. But yeah, I would do that as long as they were playing one of my teams. What about you, Saint?
Okay. I was gonna say Madison Square Garden too because I think it's really, really cool. It's one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic arena in the world. Like, when we talk about like places selling out, Madison Square Garden, big fucking deal.
Yes.
I will say that the history of the Rangers is really cool. Them being an original 6 team, the stuff with like just their jersey history, the precedents that they have set overall just by being such a historical team, the ride or die for hockey that like New York has so much that like, again, in another life I could have potentially been at least second or third on my list as Rangers fan. They do have some really fucking cool jerseys. I love the rivalries that they have.
Oh, that's very true. Them and the Devils is so fun to watch.
And overall, like, just because they're such a historical team, there's so many rivalries within it. The New Jersey Devil and New York Rangers is probably my favorite of those rivalries, but like anyone from the original 6 is a big rivalry.
Detroit
Rivalries
was a really good one.
Yeah, and just within like that division are also just really big. And as a New Yorker, I'm from New York.
You gotta represent.
It's cool. Yeah, I gotta you just gotta be like, okay, good job, New York.
I will say, there's one extra little thing that I love, and it's that one SNL skit.
Oh yes. Okay, yeah.
It's that one
That's
SNL
so
skit
real.
with, I think it's Chance the Rapper, and he's like, how about that hockey? And if that is not us from February 8th, 2024, oh my God. I watch that now and I die laughing because I can point out so much stuff going on. But if you had interviewed me at the actual Vegas game that we went to, I would have been him.
You interviewed me. I didn't even know how hockey was played. And I live in a hockey city. And it was just one of those things where like, I've learned things from osmosis, but if you were to ask me like, gun to my head, anything about hockey, I would have been like, it's played on ice, I guess. Like that was it. The cool, like how the Rangers are kind of like in media. In media, it is like, it's the Rags. I think that's really cool.
That's really cool.
It is really, really, really neat. Look at us.
We were nicer than we were to the Canucks. All right. That's going to wrap it up for this week's episode, folks. We really appreciate you listening to all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on all social media platforms, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episode directly, as well as enjoy our other channels. It's full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes.
Make sure you're following us over on Twitch, and if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky for updates.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Saint's Etsy or subscribe on Twitch. We love you all and hope the hockey season is treating you well. Champ and Saint, signing off.
Stay witchy!